What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jedi Modi Sports Betting, and let's bet the All-Star Game. We have the AL versus the NL, the MLB All-Star Game tonight. I am going to give you my favorite bets, picks, and predictions for this game tonight. I'm going to end up having 3 plays for you guys to lock in. One of them is on WinBet. 2 of them are on BetMGM, so make sure to go ahead and log into those accounts now. All 3 plays are going to be for 1 unit as well. Real quick, before you get into it, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already. Turn those notifications on so you get notified when I come out with a new video, and we can all start cashing together. For these picks today, as I mentioned, I got 3, and let's get into it. So pick number 1. We are going with the NL money line. This is at minus 102 odds at WinBet. So it's kind of funny. The NL has lost a staggering 9 straight times to the AL in the All-Star Game. 9 straight, which is crazy. Obviously, not a lot of that really matters for the game tonight, and the odds have the AL slightly favored. I'm guessing part of that is because of the 9-game winning streak. So to me, I do think that there is some value on the NL at minus 102. I like them to finally end that losing streak tonight. So I will admit the AL, if you just look at the raw pitchers, does have a slight pitching advantage against the NL. But when you look at the position players, I personally think that the position players for the NL specifically, far outweigh the position players for the AL. Now, part of that obviously is because 2 of the best players on the AL, their batters specifically, Mike Trout and Aaron Judge, aren't going to be playing because of injuries. And when you look at the matchups specifically, the NL does have a slight advantage on the pitching because the AL batters, when you look at the actual batters themselves, they're much better against left-handed pitching than they are right-handed pitching. But the NL, they only have 2 left-handed pitchers coming out of their bullpen. So whenever the NL is going to want to use their 2 lefty pitchers, they're obviously going to use them matchup specific. So they're not going to put them against a batter who mashes left-handed pitching. And then when you look at the opposite side of the field, the AL, they don't have any lefties out of their bullpen. And the NL has 2 batters, Juan Soto and Matt Olson, that crush right-handed pitching. So it just makes it a lot more difficult for the AL to do matchup-specific plays. The NL has a lot more avenues and routes they can go in terms of matchups. Now, obviously, who knows how much these teams are even going to care about that kind of stuff, but if the NL is trying to win, they'll have a lot more advantages just in terms of matchups because of how many options they have at their disposal, with the AL, not having a single left-handed pitcher. So that's play number 1, NL moneyline, minus 102 odds at WinBet. Next up, we are going to play the under 7.5. This is at minus 120 odds at BetMGM. Now you can also take the under 7 at plus 105 if you want the little bit better odds. But for me, I'm going the safer route. I'm taking it under 7.5 at minus 120, and that's what we will be officially tracking as well. So looking at the MLB All-Star Game format, it quite obviously favors the pitchers. And due to that fact, 7 or fewer runs have been scored in 5 of the last 6 All-Star Games, including 3 straight. Literally the last 3 have all gone under 7.5. And then when you look at the Mariners ballpark, which is where this is being played in Seattle, it's a very pitcher-friendly park. It's very disadvantageous for the hitters. If you look at, so according to a website called baseballsavant.com, who I love, really good statistics and analytics for the MLB, they say that T-Mobile Park, which is the Mariners Stadium, has limited scoring by 14% starting with the 2021 season. So from 2021 till now. That is the most in the MLB in terms of the scoring limited, the highest number of limited scoring, however you want to kind of phrase that. Also, according to Baseball Savant, it ranks T-Mobile Park as the worst park for overall offense, according just looking at park factors. They give them a rating of 93, and the average score is 100. And that 93 rating is the lowest in the MLB. And as I mentioned, in general, the way the format works for the All-Star Game, it favors pitchers. These pitchers, they only pitch 1 to 2 innings. So that means that the batters are consistently facing a fresh set of arms. It means that when the pitchers pitch, they can obviously pitch as hard as they want. For the starters, that's obviously a little bit different. For the bullpen, that's the same, but bullpen arms, these are the best of the business, the best in the game in the bullpen. So the batters, they're constantly going up against fresh arms, and that also means they won't really go up against the same pitcher multiple times. They don't have that advantage as well. So overall, ton of reasons to believe in the under in this one. So we are playing it at minus 120 odds at BetMGM. And the last play of the evening, we are going with no run first inning, also at this is at minus 130 odds, also at BetMGM. So I already talked about why this format of the All-Star Game favors the pitchers for just less runs to be scored in general. Specifically looking at the first inning, Nerfy has hit in 4 of the last 5 All-Star Games. So it did not hit. Yerfy hit last year in the All-Star Game, and then the previous 4 all had no runs scored in the first inning. And that includes a game played at Coors Field with if you remember, the Home Run Derby for that year in Denver at Coors Field was insane. Still had no runs scored in the first inning of that one, and that game still went under 7.5. Now, looking at the starting pitchers, because obviously that's all that matters when for the no-run first inning. On the NL side is Zach Gallen. On the AL side is Garrett Cole. Obviously, 2 incredible pitchers. That's why they're starting the All-Star Game. Zach Gallen, I should say, very, very good towards the Nerfy. He's pitched 18 starts so far this year, has only given up a total of 4 runs in the first inning. That's pretty good. Garrett Cole, I will admit, is a little bit scarier. Also pitched 18 times this year, pitched 18 first innings. He's given up 7 runs in the first inning. Now, obviously, he didn't give up 1 run 7 times, so then that does not necessarily saying that he lost the Nerfy 7 times, just how many runs he's given up. But for this format, it's a pitcher-friendly format. It's a pitcher-friendly park, 2 stud pitchers. I like the Nerfy in this one. We are riding with it at minus 130 odds. And that's all I got for you guys. 3 plays for you guys to lock in. If you're tailing, comment and let me know. Other than that, as I mentioned, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.